students and families. I hope you're having a restful winter break, and for this edition of LNN, I wanted to speak very briefly about how it is we can use our time in the most effective way. There is an idea in popular culture that when we are youth, our time should be spent in play and leisure, and so often we see many youth using their breaks for sleep and video games and things of that sort. However, when we look at the prophetic narrations on this topic, we see amongst the other narrations that we find a very beautiful narration from the Holy Prophet in which he says that, "O Abu Dhar," the Prophet is speaking to his companion Abu Dhar, he says, "O Abu Dhar, take advantage of 5 things before 5. Take advantage of your youth before your old age, your health before your illness, your wealth before your poverty, your free time before your busyness, and your life before your death." As human beings, it's natural for us to make plans, but we find that time passes us by very quickly. Year after year after year, we plan to learn new things, to do certain projects around the house, to travel certain places, to build certain relationships, to change certain qualities that we have within ourselves. However, a year comes and a year goes, and the next year comes, the next year goes, and we find that often we're not able to take the best advantage of our time. In fact, we find that our time is instead very fleeting and moving very fast away from us. And there's no guarantee that we will have this free time in the future. In other words, right now we have health, we have time, we have opportunity, and we have generally the circumstances in our life allow us to use our free time in the best possible way. However, in the future, it's very possible that we may become sick, that life circumstances will not allow us to take advantage of our free time, and that generally we just won't have as much time available to us to learn new skills or to use our time in beneficial ways. As the Holy Quran says, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ, that by time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swears that mankind is in loss, meaning that mankind's time is slipping away from him, and those opportunities are coming and going. And so that time is fleeting, and as young people, as youth, as well as families of youth, we need to encourage our youngsters to take the best possible use of the time that is available. The period of youth is one which is primed for learning new skills, whether that be language, whether that be something relating to using our hands, whether that be something physical. It's also a great time for our youth to build a relationship with the mosque, going to the masjid and building a relationship with physically being at the mosque regularly. And finally, in general, it's a great time for our youth to build a relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to have a good program of ibadah, and to make sure that that aspect of their life is not neglected. And so my word of parting advice for this episode of LNN is that I pray that all of our families and youngsters can not squander the opportunity that we have during winter break to use our time in the best possible way, not squander it just by sleeping and playing video games, but to use it to build new skills, to go more to the masjid, and to ultimately build a relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.